We heard we've reported on is filed for bankruptcy. Well, now those who have used the service, and a large number of Americans have, are worried about the personal information that's out there with cybersecurity concerns for sure. Let's bring in cybersecurity expert Robert Siciliano this morning to talk about it. Robert, good to be with you this morning.
Morning.
So if you're like me, I remember filling this out, and there are all sorts of questions you can check. Do you want them to have this information? I'm a little suspicious ways where that information goes. So what should people know about the wealth of information that is in this database?
Yeah, this is the most sensitive of all sensitive information. Of course, you know, social security numbers, credit card information is considered sensitive, but your DNA, legally, this company has responsibilities in order to maintain the security of that information. Ethically, that's a bit of a different story. And when they change hands, if and when they change hands, that new owner, we don't know what they're going to do with it. So my suggestion is to delete that information before the new owners get it.
Yeah, you just summed up my concerns right off the bat. I think a lot of people as well. If you delete it, and there's steps that you can walk through to do that, how important is it to do it right away, and how can you be sure that it is deleted?
You see, I would suggest going on there right now, as soon as possible, due to the fact that, the time is limited here. And if and when they change hands, you don't know what's going to happen. I would say head there as soon as possible. My guess is, by law, they're going to have to do what they say they're going to do. And any repercussions for not deleting that information or to store it without your request, they could be held liable.
So in the future, when you think about DNA testing, when you think about, you mentioned very well that it's the sensitive and most sensitive information. What should people think about when they have to check these boxes and think, do I want to release this information?
Yeah, I would say don't. I didn't do the whole 23andMe thing because, look, I'm Italian, all right? Am I part African? Am I part European? Whatever it might be, that's fine. That's good enough for me. I don't necessarily need some, for-profit private corporation having all my sensitive information and then not knowing what they're going to do with it, sharing it with the government, sharing it with insurance companies. That's scary to me, and I suggest that people think of it in that term.
Yeah, because I got to tell you, we have reported on dozens of stories of things that never should have happened but did, and then the answer to the general public that's involved, sorry, but at the end of the day, your information's out there and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, that's it, and you are ultimately responsible for your own information security. And when you put it in the hands of, again, a for-profit corporation that you do not know what's going to happen with them, and the fact that they're going bankrupt is really scary. It could be anywhere. And chances are, somewhere along the line, they may sell that information to insurance companies who then judge you and determine whether or not they are going to actually insure you. That, to me, that's the biggest part of the problem.
Yeah, let's finish with this. Technology is amazing, no question about it. This is amazing technology, but does it not kind of have this off-ramp that you really need to be careful?
We've seen all kinds of people be connected because of their DNA with potential, murderers, people that are getting in and out of jail. We've seen all kinds of connections through people's DNA from past crimes, and that right there is stunning to me.
It is, and it's a whole new world for sure. Got to leave it there. And Robert, just a reminder for everybody, if you haven't yet and you use 23andMe, good idea right now, go delete that information.
Good idea.
All right, Robert, good to be with you. Thanks for the insight.
Thank you.